Alright folks, I am back with my HD camera after the last video I took. I'm going to be playing Acension, Chronicle of the Godslayer guy. We got this game in New Mexico because we didn't bring any kind of games with us except for my laptop, and so we played this game and it was actually really fun. Yeah, help me. Kat's going to be my assistant here, showing you how to play this in two-player mode. Apparently very difficult to take it off with only one hand. Alright, so this is what it comes with. Come with this rule book here. Very simple rules. It took like 3 times to read it over to make sure you get it right. But like you see here, only 14 pages, and that's with the credits. So simple rules for a simple game. That's actually really fun. So if you played Magic the Gathering or any kind of game where you have to resource things, then this is going to be really simple and right up your alley too. It's called a deck building game, and didn't really know what that meant in the first place. And there's the dog sniffing the box. But you'll understand as we go. I'm going to do this in clips because I am horrible at editing, and we're going to set things up. But this is the board it comes with. Other things it comes with, Kat took out right here, was the honor tokens. It comes with red ones and white ones, the red being 5s and the white ones being 1s. And the purpose of the game. Does not come with rubber bands. Comes with apprentices and militia, if you want to take that rubber band off and show. And then it comes with, here. So here's like the militia card, and then the apprentice cards in there. Enough for people to have 8 apprentices and 2 militia as a starting hand, and I'll tell you all that later as well. Then it also comes with a cultist card. Checking out my new HD here. Cultist card. So the cultist goes in his little cultist slot. And then it also comes with mystics. See here, the +2. And then it's got a little 1 star here. I'll tell you what that is later. But I'm going to put that in that slot right there. Then it comes with heavy infantry. We got that 2 up there. I'll tell you what that is later. And the +2 right here. I'll tell you what that is later. And that 1 there. And he goes in the heavy infantry slot right here. And then you have your deck building cards, basically. So like it comes with a few different types. Like if you played Magic, you can kind of tell, like a life-bound construct, it will be green. Anything life-bound will be green. And it has, of course, its flavor text and what it does. The number here, number here. So it has a few of those. Well, you probably got to shuffle them. So you can see the white one, that's a enlightened type guy. And you got monsters. More monsters. More enlightened. Here's a void hero. Let me see if I can. Doesn't want to do it right now. There goes. Void hero, and then it's got its flavor text in there. I believe there's other one in there. There's a Mechanica type. Here's a Mechanica type. So there's only a couple left. A couple different, like, I guess, races, so to speak, or kingdoms, so to speak. If you played Munchkin, it's kind of like Munchkin 2 as well. So I'm going to set it up, and I'll tell you what different things mean as well. Alright, so in your starting hand, you'll get 8 of these apprentice guys right here, 2 of these militia. So the basic things here are, I don't know what these are called, but the runes are power, mana, whatever you really want to call them, because I start calling them mana because I played Magic, resources, whatever, power, whatever you want to call them, but this is like your energy, that you, the item you get to spend. And then you have this guy right here, this symbol right here is like basically your fighting ability or power or whatnot to defeat monsters and whatnot. So there's like the basic cards, you get 8 of these and 2 of these out starting gate in your hand. And that's your original starting deck. So in the beginning you get those 2 cards And then you can buy different things. These are the two basic things you can buy. You got this one, a Mystic, has +2. So you use your apprentice here. 3 of them right here buys you 1 Mystic. 2 of them buys you a heavy infantry, which is +2. As you can see, it's better than this hobo right here. And you can see right here in the corner, right here, this is your honor that you get for the card at the end of the game. The more honor you get, the more chance you have to win. Defeating monsters gives you these honor tokens, but just because you win these honor tokens doesn't necessarily mean you win the game. I've actually collected all my honor tokens and still lost, because in the end you still count these in your deck. So if you have 60 and only, like, let's say for example 5 of these, you only have 65, and if someone else has more than that, like if they had only had 40 but they had, you know, like 30 of these, then they're gonna win in the end. Alright, so those you can buy. In the row, I'll tell you that later, you have certain cards. This one's a Demon Slayer. Alright, don't worry about any of the titles, but this is a Void Hero, a different race, kingdom, whatever you want to call it. Its cost here, and its flavor text right here, and then what it does right here. So like it's gain 3. So if you're trying to fight a monster, very simple. If you have one of these in your hand, +2, and you have this guy that you play, a 3, then it's a 5 in total, and you can beat a monster of 5 or less. You can see here is a honors right here. So if you have this in your deck in the end of the game, you count 2. Alright. Also in the side corner right here, you have this cultist guy. He's a 2. So if you had this guy or this guy, he beats this guy, and his reward is 1. So you just get this in your pool right away. He never dies, so if you have nothing you can do, let's say you had 2 of these hobos in your hand and nothing else you could do, you can simply just ding him and get 1, basically. Alright, so we're going to move on. Alright, so like I said beforehand, this is your starting hand. Alright, so you get the 8 apprentices and the 2 militia. Alright, so this is what you'll get in the beginning. You shuffle that, and here's the deck that's already shuffled. Alright, here in this slot is your portal deck. This is where all of the random creatures come from. I'm going to flip this one back over because it's not supposed to be shown. I was just showing that as an example. You put the 6 in the middle. This is for everyone, almost like a Texas Hold'em kind of deal. Anyone can buy these, anyone can see these at all in any given time. These little symbols in the bottom tell you how many are in each of this main deck. The white being 4, the blue being 2, red being 3, I believe, and there's no gold, but gold means 1. Not a big issue when it comes to it, but if you later in, if you try to remember how many are left, you can look at that symbol. It's not a big deal though. Over here, then you have the 3 other things that you can buy straight up. You can't buy him, you just kill him as many times as you want. He is immortal. He is the scariest creature here because he can never die. Not really. Over here is cool because it tells you your turn, 3 simple steps. Play any of your cards from your hand, the power, the ruins, to get honor, acquire heroes, constructs, defeat the monsters, play heroes, etc., etc. Draw 5 cards at the end. You always discard your hand and get new 5 cards. It helps with the randomness as well. So like those pro Magic card people still have a chance of losing in this kind of game. So again, this is your row where everyone can buy. For example, if I had 3 apprentices and I want to buy him for my first turn, I go ahead and buy him. What happens next is I put this card and the 3 apprentices that I bought him in my discard pile over here. Alright? Simple enough. And then what happens next is, again, this game always changes. Then I flip the next card. And it goes here. So if I had 1 more apprentice, I could buy her if I wanted to. And see, there's another cheap card over here. Over here. I could buy him as well. Again, once that happens, I'll be flipping these 2 cards. 1 here and 1 here. So sometimes you think you're getting a good card or a good hand when the next card that flips could be in my opponent's advantage, because now she has a choice of all these lovely cards as well. They may stay or they may not stay. Alright, so she's got her cards, I got my cards. Well, let's put this guy back. This is a good card, we'll put it up here in case someone wants to buy it, unless you want to reshuffle Cat. I don't really care. This is an example. So what happens is, you first, out of your 10 cards you have, draw 5. So 3, 4, 5. So here's my 5. So she's drawn hers, and as an example, I'm going to show you my hand. Alright, here's my hand. I like to put them in the same order while it's in my hand. You don't need to show them. If, for example, I'm just showing you what's in mine. Okay, Cat's gonna be a good sport and show her hand. So she's got all apprentices. So her turn's gonna consist of probably buying. Mine is both because I have only 3 and 2. So pretending I don't know what next card is, which is a really good card for 1, I'm going to go, okay. For example, I'm just going to go first, since I'm doing this video real quick. Not much I can do with the 2 militia for my first turn. So I'm just going to say I'm spending my 2 militia, and I'm going to hit the cultist, whose reward is 1. So I hit him, he doesn't go away, he stays there. I go ahead and take these cards and put them in my discard pile, put them anywhere that's not near your main deck. So I ding him, and I get my awesome 1 honor token, whoopee, over here. Then I go ahead and look at what I got left. 3. So if you remember here, these are the cost right here. This is the cost to kill them, and then the cost again here. So 5, 1, 4, and then a 3. I can also buy the Mystic, who's a 3. I can also buy a Heavy Infantry, which is 2. But I like this guy right here. Straight up right here. Let's see, focus. There we go. Because when he comes into play, I gain 1, and I get to draw a card. So it's pretty good for 3. So a good opening. So I'm going to say I spend my 3. I go ahead and take that and discard it in my discard pile. Go ahead and take him and put him in my discard pile. So at the end of my turn, well, during my turn, I've got one of these, an honor token. I spent my whole hand, got this, and killed him for 1. And as it changes, this comes into play. And like again, this row continuously changes. At the end of my turn, I draw 5, which is the rest of my deck because there's only 10 to start off with. Alright, and that's the end of my turn.